Max was a young archaeologist with a passion for history. He loved reading about ancient civilizations and lost treasures. One day, while going through some old books in a dusty library, Max found a map. It was yellowed with age and had strange symbols on it. He couldn't believe his eyes. It was a map to the legendary lost city of gold, a place many believed was just a myth. Max knew he had to follow this map. He quickly made copies and started planning his journey. The friends gathered at Max's house to discuss their plan. "This is going to be the adventure of a lifetime," Max said, spreading the map on the table. Emma, Jack, and Lily were excited. They all knew the stories of the lost city of gold, also known as El Dorado. "Look at these symbols," Emma pointed out. "They seem to be directions, but we need to decipher them." Lily agreed. "I'll use my navigation skills to plot our course. We'll need to prepare for any dangers we might face." Jack, always the brave one, added, "And I'll make sure we're ready for anything. We need supplies, equipment, and perhaps even some weapons for protection." Over the next few days, they gathered everything they needed: tents, food, climbing gear, maps, and a first aid kit. They even bought a small boat, as the map indicated they would need to cross a river. When everything was ready, they set off on their journey, filled with excitement and anticipation. The map led them to a dense jungle in South America. The air was hot and humid, and the sound of birds and insects filled the air. The friends followed the map's directions, carefully making their way through the thick vegetation. As they walked, they encountered various challenges. There were rivers to cross, and sometimes the path was blocked by fallen trees. They used machetes to cut through the thick underbrush. Despite the hardships, they remained determined. One evening, while they were setting up camp, they heard a noise in the bushes. They froze, trying to see what it was. Suddenly, a small group of monkeys emerged, chattering loudly. "They're just curious," Lily said with a smile. "Let's give them some food." The monkeys quickly took the offered fruit and scampered away. The friends laughed and felt a bit more relaxed. They shared stories around the campfire before falling asleep under the stars. After several days of trekking through the jungle, they arrived at a clearing. In the center was a large stone structure covered in vines. Emma studied the symbols on the stone and realized they matched the ones on the map. "This must be the first clue," she said excitedly. "We need to figure out what it means." The team worked together to decipher the symbols. They discovered they had to solve a puzzle to unlock the next part of the map. It took hours of careful thinking, but finally they cracked the code. The stone structure shifted, revealing a hidden compartment. Inside, they found another map and a golden key. Max carefully took them out and examined them. "This key must be important," he said, "and this new map will lead us to the next clue." Following the new map, the friends continued their journey. After a few more days of hiking, they reached a wide river. The water flowed quickly, and it looked dangerous to cross. "We'll have to use our boat," Lily said. "But we need to be careful. The current is strong." They inflated the boat and loaded their supplies. As they started to cross, they felt the power of the river pushing against them. Jack and Max paddled hard, while Emma and Lily kept an eye out for obstacles. Halfway across, they hit a rough patch of water. The boat rocked violently, and water splashed over the sides. They held on tightly, their hearts pounding. "Keep paddling!" Jack shouted. "We're almost there!" With great effort, they managed to navigate through the rough waters and reach the other side safely. They pulled the boat ashore and took a moment to catch their breath. "That was intense," Emma said, wiping sweat from her forehead. "But we made it." Now on the other side of the river, they followed the map to a mountain. The next clue indicated they needed to find a hidden cave. They searched the area and eventually found a narrow entrance concealed by rocks and vegetation. "This must be it," Max said. "Be careful, we don't know what's inside." They squeezed through the entrance and found themselves in a dark cave. Using their flashlights, they explored the cavern. Stalactites and stalagmites decorated the interior, casting eerie shadows. As they ventured deeper, they found an ancient altar with more symbols on it. Emma studied the markings and realized it was another puzzle. This time, they had to arrange stones in a specific order to reveal the next clue. They worked together, moving the stones until they heard a click. A hidden door opened, revealing a small chamber. Inside, they found a chest containing another map and a second golden key. "This is incredible," Max said. "We're getting closer to the lost city." With the new map and key, they continued their journey. The map led them to a series of underground tunnels. It was dark and damp, but the friends pressed on, their excitement growing with each step. The tunnels were like a maze, and they had to rely on their instincts and the map to find their way. They encountered bats, narrow passages, and deep pits. But nothing could stop them now. After hours of navigating the tunnels, they finally saw a faint light ahead. They quickened their pace, eager to see what lay beyond. When they emerged from the tunnel, they found themselves in a vast hidden valley. In the center stood the lost city of gold, its buildings shimmering in the sunlight. The friends stood in awe, taking in the sight before them. The city was made of golden bricks, and its streets were lined with statues and fountains. It was more beautiful than they had ever imagined. "We did it," Max said, his voice filled with wonder. "We found the lost city of gold." They explored the city, marveling at its beauty and craftsmanship. The buildings were adorned with intricate carvings and precious gems. It was clear that this city was once home to a great civilization. As they walked through the city, they found clues about the people who lived there. Emma read inscriptions that told stories of a powerful king and his quest to protect his people and their treasures. The map led them to the city's central temple. Inside, they found a large chamber filled with gold, jewels, and artifacts. It was a treasure beyond their wildest dreams. "This is incredible," Jack said, his eyes wide with amazement. "We found the greatest treasure in history." But as they admired the treasure, they realized they couldn't take it all with them. They decided to take only a few artifacts to study and share with the world, leaving the rest to preserve the city's legacy. "We need to document everything," Emma said. "This is a discovery for all humanity, and we must share it responsibly." With their backpacks filled with carefully selected artifacts, the friends made their way back through the jungle. They followed the same path, crossing the river and navigating the dense vegetation. The journey back was challenging, but their spirits were high. They had achieved something extraordinary and knew their discovery would change the world. When they finally returned home, they were greeted as heroes. Their story made headlines, and the artifacts they brought back were studied and displayed in museums. The lost city of gold became a symbol of human curiosity and the enduring quest for knowledge. Max, Emma, Jack, and Lily continued their adventures. But the discovery of the lost city of gold remained their greatest achievement. They knew they had found something truly magical, and their story inspired countless others to follow their dreams and explore the unknown.